party train rolling? Are you guys ready for your next comedian?
Oh, yeah.
Wow. I said, are y'all motherfuckers ready for your next comedian?
Yeah.
That's what I like to hear. All right. Your next comedian coming to the stage, a very funny man, a Tulsa mainstay. Check him out wherever he is, Mr. Landry Miller. Yeah.
All right. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. We're here. We've made it, I guess. Yeah. Woo. You don't know what you're wooing for, sir.
We made it. That's what it is.
Okay, I thought you were wooing for me for a second, and I was going to say, you don't know what you're wooing for. I am the least likable person on earth. To the point that even, like, the homeless people don't like me. Maybe, I don't know. There was this guy outside the gas station on my way here. Now I've just gotten into stories, I'm sorry. I was on the way here, and this guy at the gas station, he was like, had a bike, and he threw the bike into the parking lot, and I thought I would be a great, I thought I would lighten the mood of what had just happened by saying, "Oh, sir, you dropped your bike." And he said, "Oh, I didn't drop it, I threw it." And I was like, "Oh, okay, probably should pick that up." And then he said, "I'm not picking it up, because I don't need it. Not where I'm going." Which was probably the most horrifying thing you could ever hear in the dark. And so I ran I ripped open the door, and he was like, "You can come too if you want." So I ran inside and was really happy that I didn't go with him, until I looked out the window and he was getting on a party bus, and bumping and grinding with some cuties. This got weird. I'm going to follow up that sentence with a sentence that won't surprise you. I didn't find out condoms were a real thing until I was 18. Yeah. Oh, you have to understand. I always thought there was something like your parents told you when you were younger to scare you, They would just be like, "And then you slip the condom over the penis and you never feel a thing." And then they would slip up the wall. I was raised by possessed people, in case you were wondering. Pea soup for dinner every night. That's an old reference, I get it. Okay, I'm going to try to stay away from the old references. How about them Nuremberg trials, am I right? Oh, let's not go there. Jesus. Anyway, I didn't know that condoms were a real thing, and now I'm trying to still catch up to the whole. But the problem is they're putting technology into condoms now, which is getting uncomfortable. They have Bluetooth in them so that you can pair up or whatever. And then they have condoms that change from red to blue if you have an STD, which means now I can only date colorblind women. So it's very uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable. It's a whole test you have to go through with the red and the green and the. Fun fact: women can't be colorblind, so that shows you where I'm at in life. All right, this is very uncomfortable. Let me tell you, you guys are a great audience for real. You're much better than where I come from doing comedy, which is a little town in Oklahoma, properly called Durant. Woo! You're wooing for Durant? Let me tell you something. The only people that woo for Durant are people that have been there and made it out alive, And it's just a celebration. Durant is very backwoodsy in the way that it is let me talk. Okay, basically, Durant proves one thing and one thing only, which is that the hills really do have eyes, And it was uncomfortable doing comedy there because the host would come out and he would just be like, "Hi, my name is Marcus, and tonight's show's brought to you by Keystone Light, Winston's Full Flavor 100, and the body of a 1987 Chevy pickup truck. And I know what you're thinking, and no, I'm not a homosexual, so stop telling that to the people down at the bar, Randy." It's very uncomfortable. I then stuck around and thought it would be a good idea to go to college there, which was a terrible decision, because I was a theater major. Which is an awful idea. Because being a theater major, I found out, is just paying $50,000 to learn how to go, "So you had a Pepsi, an iced tea, and a root beer, is that right?" And that's it. But I will say this, I won a lot of awards in theater. In fact, one year I was voted most likely to be, or not to be. So that was fun. Listen, if you thought that you didn't understand Shakespeare now, you should go check out a production in old Durant, Oklahoma. It's upsetting. She's like, Romeo, Romeo, or Randy, Randy, where art thou, Randy? I don't know why. I accidentally fell into that voice. Thought we should go with it. Let's keep moving. How about it? Anyway, in Durant, we're going to stay on Durant because chock full of stories, I guess. Anyway, it was really uncomfortable because one day they shut down Main Street because the police force needed to catch a wild chicken that was living on the Main Street intersection for a month. Somehow it hadn't gotten hit by cars, I guess. So the 12 police officers in that town, these uniformed officials who had trained for months on end to learn how to enforce and protect the law, were blocked off an intersection and chased around a chicken. That was their job that day, was to chase a mangy old chicken around. I don't even know how this thing was still alive. It was way too skinny for normal-sized chickens, you know. And like it was like living off of spare change that like drivers had flipped out to it, and like when they saw its anything help sign, you know. It was one of those chickens. You know the chickens. And you know them. We know them every day. They're on commercials now. Okay, the point is, they spent 7 hours trying to catch this goddamn chicken. Can we curse? Okay, we're gonna do it. It was one of those situations. So they're like chasing down this chicken, and the issue is they can't catch it after 7 hours. So they call in backup, which, by the way, backup is just old Henry, who still has a truck with a chicken wire thing on the back of it. I don't know what that is called. I don't know chicken terminology. Chicken vernacular, whatever you will. And they like came up to the little chicken's like, you know, cardboard coop thing in the corner. And they're like, hey, chicken, get out here. They're having a conversation, I wasn't there. And so they pull up, and the guy with his truck pulls up to catch the chicken, this chicken expert, and he swings in, and he steps out, and he's like, where's the chicken? And they're like, that's under your front tire. It was an upsetting day in Durant, Oklahoma. We all still mourn. They're still not sure. They're still under investigation. Not sure if there's any foul play. All right, we all saw it coming. We knew this joke was going to end with an awful pun. Saw it a mile away. Let's go back to college. How about it? After the whole theater thing didn't work out, thought it would be a much better idea to be a teaching major. Because I'm sure you guys are all thinking, like, looking at me like, yeah, that guy should be around kids more. You'd think that was the right answer. The school did not feel the same way. Because I was fired on my very first day of student teaching. I didn't do anything wrong or like say anything wrong. But basically, like I walked into that 6th grade class, and those stupid little bastards wouldn't shut up, you know? So I thought I would shut them up with my very authoritative voice, you know? And I was like, hey, if you guys don't shut up, I'm going to give you all Fs. And they kept talking, you know, and I said, hey, if you guys don't shut up, I'm going to give you all Fs. And they kept talking, and I said, all right, if you don't shut up, I'm going to F all of you. Then I'm going to F you all really hard. And then I'm going to tease you with the D. And then I'm going to F you again. So I don't really know why I got fired, is what I'm trying to say, you know. I'm afraid it might have been a race thing. I'm not sure. Because surprisingly, okay, here we go. Surprisingly, I actually am half Native American. I'm half Cherokee Indian. And I realize you don't see it. I don't see it either. Every morning I look in the mirror and I'm just like, how? I'm as upset about it as you are. Listen, the other half of me is mainly Irish, which is a terrible combination because that means, like, genetically speaking, I was not built to last very long. Like, my only argument to prove that Darwinism and natural selection is wrong is the fact that I've made it this far in life. That's what I got, evidence-wise. You guys are a scientific group. Good. Okay. Good to hear. Anyway, I thought I might run in for politics now. Is that up your alley? Good. I assume you all have Facebooks. Good. Thought I would run for politics because I realized the only thing that makes you eligible to do that is to look like your face has been stepped on for 20 years. So I think I'm in the running. I actually had a friend the other day tell me that I look like the love child of Jeffrey Dahmer and Donald Trump.
I can see that.
All right, well, good. As long as one person does. Honestly, though, I don't think that's the worst thing ever, to be that guy, like the love child of Jeffrey Dahmer and Donald Trump. Because he'd be a pretty cool dude, He'd just be like, I'm going to build the biggest freezer, and I will personally cure childhood hunger. Good, we're going to end on a child-eating joke. Glad we're all for that.